Ladies and gentlemen, coming to you live from the Third and Atlantic Studios. Your host, Joe. That's me. And some guy, Ed. How are you doing this week, Ed?
Did you buy a new house with all the winnings you got from beating me in the past couple of weeks? Is that what's happened? What's happened now?
Nah, actually, got on a road trip, still committed, still took everything, but then forgot the, headphones. So I had
Is
to
this
do a
your
little
victory
work around
parade?
here.
Is this your victory parade that you're doing? That's why you got.
Yeah, up and down the country, venturing up north. We'll start up north and then go all the way down. You know how it goes. Back home.
That's fair. I was just about to say, well, this is the only victory parade for any of your teams, but I just realized the Bucks did just win the title, so I can't really chat shit. So yeah.
But the Bucks just won the titles. The Steelers, tied most titles in the NFL.
I meant right now. I
The
ain't talking about no
Penguins
historical
have got a
stuff.
three-peat not too long ago. We win titles over here. What about you?
Funny enough, you didn't mention Arsenal and all that, which is great.
I mean, Arsenal. We have the only unbeaten season in
Yeah.
Premier League
No,
history.
how old were you then? Were you in primary school then? You were in primary school then. That's how long ago it was.
2004. Yeah.
Yeah, primary school. That's how long it was. Primary school. Think about that.
Okay.
Think about that.
But
think how much life has changed since then.
Is that where you want to go?
What?
Is that where you want to go?
Why?
Because records, all the old records that haven't been broken yet, they don't go, oh yeah, look how long ago that was.
That's fine.
No, they just haven't been broken.
When they step touchdown in the capital for the home of football, they only go to one place to find anything to do with Europe, anything to do outside of the country, and they go to Southwest London to go find it. They go to Chelsea. They go to West London to find it. Cool. So
pick what side of London you're in, man.
You have to specify where it is, because that's the only place it would go to where the Champions League trophy is. They will go nowhere else. But anyway,
so no one thinks Chelsea has history, so we don't have to worry about that.
That's fine. That's fine, Joe. That's fine. It doesn't bother me. I'm happy where my club is right now. I'm not sure about you. I don't think you are.
We're on the up and up. We're doing better.
You sound like me when I talk about the Jags. We're on the up and up. We can only get better. That's what you sound like.
We can only get better.
Second, two wins. Second win against the Bills, who came in with the best offense. Well, I think it had like the number one scoring offense, number one scoring offense, number one scoring defense, or like the biggest point differential as well. We won. No touchdowns for the Bills. Josh Allen prevailed. Jags up to 2 wins now. But I'm not getting too gassed. Like, we're still not making the playoffs. Nothing's still happening. These wins are just whatever now. But it was nice. It was definitely a fun weekend. It was really bad to see that there was majority Bills fans than Jags fans. I was chatting to one of my Jacksonville boys, and I was like, really, like, because he was at the game. I was like, so like, what was the turn? I was like, there was like 60-40 split Jags to Bills fans, which is still a lot. Like 40% Bills fans is a lot. But,
especially when they have to travel. That's rough.
A lot of them are probably based in Florida, in like the Florida area, or like southern Georgia, or like somewhere in the south. A lot of them, I'm assuming, are based there. I don't think they traveled all the way to Jacksonville. Well, maybe they might have.
Part of it. I mean, their fans are quite hardcore, so it is what it is. But this week, apart from that, there were, as well as that, we should say there were a lot of upsets. A lot of upsets this week. A lot of shocks. One that kind of springs to mind, obviously, the number one pick, as you said, the Jags. You picked the Bills as number one.
Yeah. Can you blame me?
The curse continues.
What curse? What curse?
The week before, I picked number one, Bengals. Fell to the Jets.
I mean, to be fair, that's the only 2 times it's happened. I've been checking. That happened week one as well.
A curse always has a beginning, and it strikes when you least expect it, I should say. I thought all top 4. There was one point in the day, all 4 of those top 4 for both of us, the shared 2-2. I was losing all 4 of them at one point.
Yeah, Ravens Vikes went to overtime. Cardinals 49ers. I think Cardinals were in control most of that game, to be fair. Raiders.
It didn't look at it. The only one that was very generous was the Broncos and Cowboys.
Yeah. And I fucking picked the Broncos, picked the Cowboys as my second pick.
It's rough. Yeah. It's rough when that doesn't go your way, and especially the top 2. I told you that last year. When the top 2 don't go your way, sometimes it's just that's when it's just not your week.
Overall, with my 7 picks, I went 2-5, and with your 7 picks, you went 6-1. So fuck you. And overall, you won the week 11-3. and it's 6-1-2 for you, and I'm 1-6-2. So again, Jags score more wins than me. Amazing. You'd love to see it.
Oh, the same amount. So it's
I've
still
got
not
one
a
win.
great place
Two.
to be. You got 2 wins.
One. Only got one.
Nah, it's 6-1-2 for me.
Yeah, exactly. So you got 6 wins, 1 loss, and 2 draws.
Oh, I was trying to give you a win. Oh, my bad.
I don't. No, don't even try that. Don't even try that.
My bad. I'm sorry. That's just a nice guy in me. Oh, yeah. That's just a nice guy in me trying to give you a win. I'm sorry.
Lol.
I'm sorry.
Lol. No, ain't nobody believing that. Your one.
But you know
correct,
what? Yeah.
Go on. I was gonna say your one incorrect pick was you picked the Raiders to beat the Giants.
Mm-hmm. Which how does that not happen? Why does that not happen? The Raiders have had downfall after downfall and have come out playing great football. Why this week all of a sudden have they decided to just pack it in? Another player got dropped. Another one.
Yeah, the corner. What was his name? Oh, I forgot his name. I remember him.
No one remembers his name, but he's a 2nd-year corner and he flopped.
I remember that draft. Everyone be like, "What? The Raiders kind of reach for this guy, but it is what it is. Maybe they know what they're doing."
I feel like Arnett or Ardette something.
Yeah, I think it was Arnett or Arquette. Because I think he had the same. Yeah. I think it was Arquette. And have you seen that thing where it's like it was posted on one of the meme pages? It was all of the Raiders draft picks from that year. I think there's only one of them who actually plays. Like all the others are like out of the league. Bus traded, whatever. There's only one guy out of like 8 players that plays.
That was a terrible draft for them.
I don't want to talk about the Raiders too much. It's quite sad.
But I really wanted to point out the Falcons and the Saints. We said don't pick Falcons. That was my rule. I broke that rule, if I'm not mistaken. No,
I picked Saints.
You gave me that rule. Yeah, you picked the Saints. So you followed my rule, and it backfired, didn't you?
It was. I just. This week was just a weird week. Like I was watching the Jags game down by Oxford Circus by the Philly bar, and I had the Jags game up on the TV, but they had Red Zone right behind me. I was focusing on the Jags game, but I was watching switching over to Red Zone. I'm like, what the hell is going on in some of these games? Like, and I was feeling really confident when the Saints were up. I was like, okay, cool, like we're doing okay, like, whatever. And then Cowboys game came in as well. I was like, oh shit, I picked the Cowboys as well. And then I'm watching the Jags game. I was like, oh fuck, I picked the Bills as well. And I'm like, these 6 o'clock games for 6 o'clock in the UK time, 1 o'clock US time, just were not doing bits for me at all.
Another game that kind of that may have flipped the script for you though. That Panthers Patriots.
As the year's gone on, I've been like, again, 2 different trajectories for the Browns and the Patriots. Like I've been more into the Patriots as the year's gone on, and Panthers I'm slowly been declining. And I think I picked it at the right time. There's only one of 2 smart decisions I made, and the other one being pick the Chargers. But I'm really pleased where Pats are, but I don't want to give away too much because we've got still picks coming up.
I mean, so are you officially off the Panthers though?
Oh yeah, no, I was off them a couple of weeks ago. Like McCaffrey did come back. McCaffrey, I think, came back this week. Yeah, he came back this week, but it didn't help them too much because Patriots were still on the roll. Sam Darnold, bless him, has been regressing back to what he was before. He may have just had like a little blip. Blip is used as negative, but like blip in a positive in terms of doing well.
Yeah. I'm just gonna say thank you to the referees for the Steelers Bears game.
What was going on there?
As a Steelers fan, I can honestly tell you the refs gave us that game. Like they were shocking. They were absolutely shocking. The taunting call, however, should have been a taunting call, but the referee wanted to 100% make sure it was going to be a taunting call by backing in and hip checking him. Because we cut Marsh was with us during the preseason and during the summer and all that, and we cut him. So obviously when you get a sack against the team that cut you, especially that year, you're gonna add a little. He did the celebration, the kick, and then he backed up to away from his team and then turned around to the Steelers line, and then obviously stared them down. As a player, I 100% agree with that decision. Oh, 100%. If you cut me and I get a sack against you, even though it's a coverage sack, I'm gonna taunt. I am going to taunt. I'm gonna do something. It may get a flag, it may not, but I'm going to do something. However, the referees, that wasn't just the only one. Obviously, that everyone has gone for that decision. but there were some very, very shocking decisions. And if any QB, if your QB got hit the way Justin Fields was getting hit in that game, you would have a fit. It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, so I saw TJ had a couple of plays again this week. Speaking of taunting stuff, I think this is what I forgot to mention this during the Panthers Patriots game. We did predict a Stephon Gilmore interception. The only thing that didn't happen was him returning it past the Pats
and giving it to Bill.
Yeah, that's the only thing that didn't happen. I was like, yeah, oh no, he didn't fulfill the destiny. But yeah,
he ran the other side. But yeah,
how do you feel about the Bears? Because obviously Bears are on the bye this week. So you said like you gave it to the Bears. You feeling better about the Bears?
They came out. They played one half of football. They played the second half, and that was it. And they still could have won that game, to be all honest with you. So I like Justin Fields. Like I said, coming into the draft, I like Justin Fields.
Yeah.
Every week he's gotten better. This week he's shown, I think, that he's a good, not a good QB, but he's a QB that is going to do some good things in the league. But they just need to do it for the whole 2 halves, 4 quarters, instead of picking and choosing when they want to turn up. And to be fair, they picked and chose, and they still could have won that game in the final minutes, or if a couple calls, very questionable calls, went the correct way.
So with that wrap up of our week 9 picks and results, as I mentioned, Joel, you're 6-1-2. I am 1-6-2. How many weeks are left? There's about 8 weeks left.
Yeah, we're going into week 10, 18-week season.
18 weeks, but everyone's 17 games. Everyone's got one bye, so 18 weeks. So this is officially halfway through, and I've got 1 win. Nice, love it. This is quite reminiscent of currently where I am on 6-man as well. I was looking at the standings for the East. I've got the team in 14th, 13th, and 12th in the East. And there's only
that is rough.
So that
is rough.
It's not great.
But with that being said, though, you did say you would sacrifice your wins for a Jags win, and you just happened to do that.
I mean, if it'd be nice if we can make the playoffs, but that's not happening. AFC is way too stacked for that. That is not happening. We're 2-6. 2 and 6. Oh.
2 and 6, yeah. Oh, scary. At least you're not 0-8, so there's that.
But a team might not be an 0-8. They might pick up their first win this week. They might pick up their first win in week 10. And without that,
let's find out.
Week 10 picks. Right. Since you won last week, you get the first pick of 7. So let's go.
Okay.
I've got 4 of my top tier that I want. Well, I mean, whatever that fucking means, because last week it didn't mean shit.
I'm going to be so serious with you. This may backfire so heavily, but until we are proven and shown otherwise, I have to pick the Steelers versus the Lions. If you say, am I 100% confident in this? I should be. As a fan, I am. As someone who is putting, let's say, proverbial money on this, I'm not too sure. But like I said, until they show me otherwise, you have to pick against these teams: the Steelers versus the Lions.
Interesting strategy. I was never going to pick that high up, so you could let it slide down a couple of rounds or so. But if you really wanted it, as they say in a draft, if you really want your man, go ahead and take him.
So if you went and picked Lamar number 1 right now, you wouldn't have been reaching. If you pick, well, Kylie did pick number 1, but if there's a couple of players that if they Tom Brady number 1 at the time, you would have been fired. But right now, you'd be a genius.
Cool. I am then going to take 2 teams that have both been on buys, and I'm going to pick the Bucks at Washington.
Yeah, the Bucks were the winners of week 9
because everyone else lost around them.
9. Yeah, they didn't even have to lift a finger. They could sit back and watch, the NFC burn and solidify, strengthen their playoff ranks.
I was quickly forgot to mention Lions Steelers, that Lions are coming off a bye, but I'm not sure if that matters because Jags came off a bye against the Seahawks and didn't do anything. But Lions are coming off the bye. Seahawks are on a short week, so Steelers are on a short week. So maybe.
Yeah. So it's a little rough in the dunya. It's a little rough in the dunya. Okay, cool. So there's two I'm eyeing up right now. There's three I'm eyeing up right now. Bonnet, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go with the Ravens at the Dolphins.
Yeah, that was one of my three. Yeah.
There is no reason for you to be picking otherwise. If you are, you have insider information, and you should be investigated by the FBI.
Yeah, Dolphins aren't good. Dolphins are not good. I am going to take Bills at Jets.
That was going to be the one.
Surely.
Yeah, once again, another
the
one.
Bills can't lose 1 week to the Jags and next week lose to the Jets. That would be woof. Surely that can't happen.
Yeah.
Can't it?
And the Bills, they tend to bounce back very strongly after a loss. They have lost more at this point than some people think they would have, but the losses are seemingly against bad teams or teams that people think are severely beneath them. So maybe that's the cause to pause right here. But again, if you're picking it, if you were to put money on it right now and you were to pick Jets, you need to be investigated by the FBI.
Your third pick.
Yes, I'm going to go with the Rams at the 49ers. The 49ers are not playing well. They're just
tell
not.
Me about it.
I don't know how to explain it. People are now looking at the coach, but Kyle Shanahan is saying that maybe he should have. He's a better coordinator than head coach. People are looking into his record because him and McVay started around the same time. We're going to get that storyline coming into the week, and I think the Rams take it.
Yeah, I'm not as confident with the 49ers as was at the start of the year, and the Rams did just have a really bad game against Derrick Henry-less Titans. Not sure if that says more about the Rams or if it says more about the Titans. It was, although the Rams did lose, that it was a little bit against the run of play. But divisional matchup, you're hoping that they really need to win. They really are hoping to win.
And a bounce back. So,
the fifth team, so the sixth matchup we've got here. The third pick I'm taking, we call them the coked up Falcons. I'm taking the Chargers against the Vikings.
Chargers against the Vikings. This is one of those ones, again, on paper, you would definitely pick one. However, as we've seen this year, this could be one of those upset games again because the team is not horrible, but
they're not. Definitely not.
Lose. But they should lose.
They should lose, but again, Vikings this is what scares me because usually you like to pick against the Vikings, but then they have these wins they pull out their asses and I'm just like, but yeah.
And they were, it was overtime last week. And it looked like they could have won that.
Yeah.
So
overtime to the Ravens, yeah.
Yeah. They looked like they could have won that. I am going to go with the Cardinals at home to the Panthers. They put on a pretty good performance. If I'm not mistaken. It wasn't amazing. It was enough. That was Colt McCoy. Without their QB1, without their wide receiver.
Yeah, they had quite a few plays
and
missing,
they won. So they did better than people thought they would, and it's still the Panthers. This could also come back to bite me in the ass, but okay.
That's a solid pick. Yeah, I like it. Panthers are definitely on a downward trajectory, and Cardinals still seem to be really, really good. Fair play to them. I am going to take Cowboys at home against the Falcons.
I wondered how you're going to play this. I did wonder how you're going to play this because last week was not great.
It was definitely not great from the Cowboys. Dak did not play well at all. And Denver just fucking showed up out of nowhere with like their best performance of the year. Like although it wasn't a shutout, I consider that game to be a shutout. Well, it was a shutout, sorry. It was a shutout. Yes, no, it was 20-0. Am I thinking about the wrong game? I think it was 20-0.
With the Cowboys, it was meant to be a shutout. It was meant to be a shutout, but then garbage time TDs.
Okay, yeah. So that's what I was gonna say, because I just remember the game being a shutout. Whilst it's like after a certain time, I stopped watching. I was like, all right, cool. This is like I stopped seeing about it in red zone. I was like, yeah, cool. This is over.
Yeah, for when everyone stopped watching it at the shutout, and then when the garbage time TDs anyway.
But you're definitely. I'm just hoping for another bounce back. I trust these good teams to not have 2 losses in a row.
Yeah, but with that being said, I'm going to pick the Titans against the Saints. I'm hoping the Saints go 2 in a row. They did have that one good game when Jameis went down and then Trevor Siemian came in and did enough. This week, however, it wasn't enough, and I think next week will be more of the same. So the Titans didn't look too bad. Adrian Peterson came in and replaced Derrick Henry, and they pretty much didn't miss too much of a beat. And I'm hoping that they carry on in that trajectory for this week anyway.
I wasn't sure how to go with this because I didn't know how the Titans. I don't know if the teams didn't know how to defend the Titans.
Yeah.
And now that they sort of know how they're going to be, performing, or what the game plan is going to be.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if the Saints will now be able to adjust and be like, okay, cool. This is how the Titans will play without Derrick Henry. We found the formula for how we're going to stop it. I trust the Saints DBs to counter any sort of attack that the Titans do have, but I wasn't sure how to play, so I was going to let this slip quite a bit.
It did. To be fair, it did in my projection at least. Anyway.
And I'm not going to say I wasn't not going to take the Saints either. So that one was one I was a bit like going to see how it would go at the end, but I wasn't sure which way to go with that one. For my fifth one, I am going to take. It's a couple I'm thinking, because like I've got my tiers, but sometimes I switch my mind depending on how the conversation goes and how I feel. But let's go for it. I'm taking the Seahawks against the Packers.
Oh, are you sure?
Seahawks coming off a bye. Jordan Love's QB1 again. I'm gonna go for it.
Are you sure he's QB1 again?
Yeah, no, yes, he can't play for 2 games if I'm not mistaken. So he can't play again for this week. Is he playing for this week?
No.
Oh, fuck it.
No, he's playing for this week.
I thought it was he can't play for next week either. For last week and for this week.
No, he's cleared literally the day before. As in the thing runs out the day before, so he can't fly with the team, but he can play.
Oh well, see what's coming for bye. Fuck it, just gone for it. Happens.
Sweet. Yeah, I think he's gonna come back well rested. Russell Wilson's coming back that day as well.
Yeah, and the Ross is back.
Yeah, so we shall see. With my next pick, no qualms here. I'm going with the Colts versus the Jags.
You never know. 2 in a row.
Yeah. I mean, it's not. I don't think they're going to get 2 in a row. They have got their first game in America. They have won their first game in America. Woo! It can be done. I don't think it's happening again.
If you dream, make it happen. I really like the Colts running offense against the Jets. I know it's only the Jets, but I was watching that. The Colts just ran all over them. Their O-line, which is creating so much gaps for their backs just to burst through. And yeah, it was pretty impressive. But again, don't know how to make of it because it was the Jets. With my 6th pick, I let this drop a little bit, and I'm glad I get to pick him up now. Taking the Pats over the Browns.
Yes, because I was going the other way. Thank you.
Oh, were you?
Yeah.
Why?
I think it's happened. I told you. I think the Browns play better without OBJ than they do with him, and I think they have the pass rush, obviously, to get to the Patriots. Myles Garrett, hates a dirty QB, so we shall see how this goes.
Myles Garrett just hates white QBs. In the AFC North. No,
Yeah.
no, change it. I thought for some reason the Patriots were in the AFC North, which they're definitely not. I have no idea why I thought that. Anyway, I was trying to make a connection with Mason Rudolph. Last two games: Eagles, Broncos, Chiefs, Raiders. So you've got Eagles, who had a decent showing last week against Chargers, but lost. And then the Broncos, who had a big upset win against the Cowboys. Then you've got the Chiefs, who got a 1 touchdown win against an Aaron Rodgers less Packers.
Yeah,
and then you've got the Raiders, which whole facility is just on fire at the moment.
Yep. So with that being said, history would say to go with one team.
Yeah, we know that is.
Yeah. Obviously the Chiefs have won 6 of the last 7 games versus the Raiders, and I think I'm thinking we're going to go with them, even though there's two teams that seem to be on fire at the moment. I think the Chiefs have enough to put it together. It doesn't matter really the score. It just matters that you win. It's not college football, and I think they have enough to turn it around this week. They're going to turn it around eventually. The question is it this year or next year?
Are we sure they're going to turn it around?
To be fair, they might have to blow the whole thing up because people's contracts are going to start coming up.
Oof, some people ain't going to get paid.
They're paying a lot of people right now. A lot of money.
Bless him, Sorensen's getting dragged everywhere by media. I remember him.
Everyone wants him gone yesterday.
I remember him being really clutch for them in their Super Bowl winning playoff runs. And the year before that, he made some big plays. He had that forced fumble against the Texans. And off the top of my head, I thought, this guy's like big game player, making big plays. But yeah,
have I got the wrong guy in mind? Did he used to play for the Vikings or something? Did they get him off the Vikings?
I will give me 10 seconds. I don't remember. Sorensen, Chiefs. He was drafted in. When was he drafted? He drafted in 2014 by Kansas City. Only team he played for. He went undrafted.
Okay.
I played to him.
Fair enough. I just feel like he's one of them guys. Oh well, I've definitely got a different white safety in mind, but
Harrison Smith, you mean?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, he's definitely still on the Vikings.
Yeah. It's just one of that, like, people have turned against him, like turned against him. They want him gone.
Turn. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a sad time.
Last game, Eagles Broncos. I'm going to be consistent. I've not really rated the Eagles all year, although they did all right against the Chargers. I'm taking the Broncos. Yeah, let's go. Let's get another dub, Teddy.
Yeah, this is the one where if the Eagles want to pull a shocker, it's not really a shocker because no one was rating the Broncos really.
A little bit. They're not. A little bit.
Yeah, but people think that they've given up on the season, and then they pulled that up. So we shall see. We shall see.
Those were 14 games. So you pick Joel: Steelers, Ravens, Rams, Cards, Titans, Colts, Chiefs. My 7 picks: Bucks, Bills, Chargers, Cowboys, Seahawks, Pats, Broncos. Some weird picks. I'm not sure if the weird picks are because of last week, which is what's going on. Because surely by week 10, halfway through, you're like, yeah, I know what's going on. I've got no idea what's going on.
No, I think we started to realize a couple of weeks ago, and then they just blew it all up again in these last couple of weeks.
Yeah,
we're getting because I think they're realizing how long this season is compared to last season. One game is a lot in a playoff picture, as we've in the last couple of years, as we've seen. So yeah, people have taken their eye off the ball maybe a little early, or they've started to refocus now.
That extra playoff spot, just like with the NBA with the playing tournament, that extra spot won. Well, in the NFL, that won, it means that more teams can now vie for a now vie for a wildcard spot. It also means that only one team gets a bye. So it's going to be very intense. Obviously, it's usually intense at the top, and then at the bottom, top only wants to get the number 1 pick or the number 1 seed, and then all the extra wildcard teams. But halfway through the season, I'm annoyed that I've only got 1 win, but I'm pleased Jags got 2. Again, I don't know who will have more wins by the end of the year. And I don't. Who do you think? Who will have more wins, me or the Jags?
Well, I'm hoping the Jags, but I'm hoping it stays exactly like this as well. So is that realistic? Who knows?
Again, I'm all about the playoffs now. I'm not worried about the regular season.
That's a
unlike the Jags, I'm guaranteed a playoff spot, I think.
Maybe we need a third person so we can eliminate that as well.
If I get no more wins, how about this? If I get no more wins from now until the playoffs, you win. If I finish with one win, you can win. I won't even.
Okay, I'll take that. Yeah, I mean, if there's no way that happens. Surely not.
You're gonna see me at the end of it. Like, I want to lose. Fuck this. I've had enough. Like I'm going like 1 win into like the last week. I'm like, fuck this. I've had enough. Cool.
No, right. there'll be a like I said. There's been a kamikaze week. There'll be again.
Yeah. And I'll go 0-8 that week when it does happen again. Right. Thank you very much for your time, JA. We are over and out.
Peace.